Okay. Thank you so much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If you're joining us now, we had just a glimpse on what is really taking shape across the divide and the social health hour. And of course, in that situation and that engagement, we had actually embraced the disability inclusion, which now is a point of course of consideration when now we're embracing change as part of our mission to make sure that we have healthy environments. And since we are also having the societal creation to make sure you have a positive change, we're now having a conversation on accountable mission. So much efforts is done by different organizations and the government as a whole, and so many stakeholders are coming in handy to really support those that are in particular challenges. And as we embrace this, now, have you ever been in those positions where you made someone felt good? And in those areas of study, there are some positions that we need to make sure that we elevate change across the divide. The government is also strategizing to make sure that we have enrichment in the health sector and in the social sectors, making sure that everyone now is aligned. As we get to the bottom line, you can join us in the conversation, Accountable Mission. And as we get to that, remember, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and across the divide on our website, www.lookuptv.co.ke. WhatsApp number, cheza kama wewe with a message, 0745-762-640, and we'll get your comments right here. But without much ado, allow us now to welcome our guest. Asanteni sana kwa kuja. It's nice to see you. Let's start with you. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Diana Were Ndieka. Like you said, I'm a film producer.
Amazing.
And an event planner.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. Good morning, sir. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you very much for having me. My name is Blair Nyagaka. Yes, I'm a media strategist.
Indeed.
And also the founder and CEO of Adventist News Kenya and Advent Connect.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
Indeed. Massive. And it's really nice to have you here because we are having the first experience, an experience to make sure that we have accountable mission, a mission that seeks now to drive change, to make sure people reason in a particular different way and bring an elevation to the better way possible. But earlier on, before we started the conversation, you mentioned something about bridging the gap between faith and media. I think that's a good spot to begin with.
Yes, so it's called the Shabaha Praise and Worship Experience. So Shabaha, it has parts. We have now the course, and then we have now the ministry, the part of it, and also we have the worship experience. So the worship experience is where we'll be inviting different artists that will be coming to perform, and also to ensure that the audience, the attendees, are getting the worship experience that they expect.
Indeed.
We have a lineup of different artists, music groups, and also renowned gospel artists here in Kenya that will be attending the experience. Then now we have the course, which I think Diana will explain more about it. And now we have the third part, which is now ministry, now faith, bridging the gap between faith and media. We came to a relation because being in the media field and also having a media background, I personally struggled a bit when I was, juggling between work, church, and so we saw that gap, and we decided, how can we bridge this gap? How can we make those people that are in the church also feel accommodated in terms of media, in terms of film, content creators? We have graphic designers. We have very brilliant minds within the church. And now we are coming in as Shabaha so that you can be able to explain to them and tell them you don't have to struggle being someone in the church. You don't have to struggle getting work. You can be your own boss. You can do things that align with your mission, align with your principles.
Wow.
Yes, and that is why we have the Shabaha Praise and Worship Experience. You can get more details about the experience and about the impact on the course on our website, which is shabahaexperience.com. Yes, yes.
All right. So there's faith. There's the aspect of faith.
Yes.
How do we elevate that?
The aspect of faith is in terms of not only Adventist, because we are from an Adventist setting, but not only Adventist, but those people who are in the church. You can't be in the church and then you get, for example, you are working, let's say, in a media station, and then it demands almost even your worship time. So we are trying to ensure that you're able to learn on how you can be able to, maneuver out through all this, your career, your religion, and how you are trying to, position yourself in the media space.
Indeed. All right.
Yes.
And because you've mentioned that, I really understand that people want tap every time, and also they want to tap during the church service and check in Nico Church, you know, send some gifts as well. Is that also an aspect to consider when you're bridging this gap?
Yeah, this is an aspect that we are also trying to bridge, because we are trying to make people understand that when it comes to faith, when it comes to church, there are boundaries. You know, God expects us to
Commitment, full commitment.
Full commitment to act in a certain way when you are in the church setting, when you are in the religious setting. There are things that are considered actually disrespectful to God and also to the church, and that's why we are trying to make people understand that there is more to media, there is more to faith, and how we can be able to grow spiritually and generally. And that is why we have the Shabaha praise and worship experience.
All right.
Yes.
Diana, Blair has mentioned quite a lot about you know, the full commitment to the holy sanctuary. And now, because we are in a social engagement, someone will defend themselves and say that so unajua pia watu wengine wafuasi wangu, people that are following me on all platforms, will just want to embrace what I'm feeling in my service. So why not? Why don't I go live on social media platforms for them also to quench that taste on the ministry? So at the end of the tunnel, the view, the perception, the desire of that service is not felt, because there's an aspect of consideration in just the online space and not the service space. You are a film producer. What will be your understanding on this?
For example, for those who want to be tapping in services, just as you put it, this is the reason why we are putting this on a day where on a day of it's not our day of worship. Understand?
Indeed.
Yeah. So we're putting this on that day, so that anyone who would want to create content, you're free to do that. No one will tell you that it's someone time, so stop doing what you're doing, or it's whatever time. So if you're coming there with the idea of just creating your own content, you know, going live and showing people what you're doing there, that one is okay, because it's not an official day of worship. You understand? Yeah, so that is going to help them.
All right.
Yeah.
And since, of course, we're speaking about this, we're trying just to shape a conversation due to kuje sasa kwa now the experience and what kind of people you guys are focused on. Earlier this week, of course, we had an engagement that someone, I limited Pastor Ward, is that content?
Yeah.
And which is coming at a time when we're speaking about faith and media. So in response, Ward said that nyinyi mnijui mnanichezea, you know. So when we come to that particular point, do you think the young people do not understand the boundaries of content creation?
Yeah, young people don't really understand the boundaries. And that's the reason why we want to really help people. If you know, you want to deal with people of God, there's a certain boundary that you just have to have. But you see, some people are so open-minded and they feel like they can say anything and everything whenever they want to.
Do you think he was wrong?
I think it's wrong.
As a film producer, do you think he was wrong?
I think it's wrong, because in as much as you want to do your own content, you are not supposed to really touch on some people. That's my idea.
Some people, but Mozilla you can touch on.
Some people of God, men of God, honestly, you're not supposed to really get so much into them, because especially that age, some of them don't really understand why you have to be just someone who just talks. You understand? Yeah, so boundaries have to be there.
Sawa. At a time when now digital elevation is coming at handy, now let's now embrace Shabaha experience. For the first time ever, now you guys are going to touch hearts. And touching hearts, perhaps maybe in a long time, hawajai on experience kama hii, and you're bringing a niche or a design that it's not just touching you guys, but also elevating the gospel to your heart, to your mind, and of course to bring healing at the end of the tunnel. When we speak about now this Shabaha experience, you mentioned something about, you know, persons or children or people living with HIV and AIDS. Before of course, Diana will help us understand now the women or mothers with postpartum depression, and that we able to give us an insight. Now, because Shabaha experience is coming out to really have a reflection and a clear reflection, we don't talk about children living with HIV. We only talk about adults living with this kind of condition. So because this event is coming out to speak to these young people, to speak to these people that are particularly affected, what really are we embracing?
So it happens that we saw a gap in the society. We saw a gap in the society, and these are things that we have been doing for quite some time, even before now we came to mainstream it.
All right.
Yeah, we've been supporting children who are living with HIV and AIDS. We've been supporting teenage moms and also mothers battling with postpartum depression. But talking about children living with HIV and AIDS, you know, this is someone who was born with HIV and AIDS. They don't know how they acquired it. They just, throughout their life, they're on medication. This is someone who got HIV and AIDS through a rape case. Just the other day, we saw BBC released a documentary about how this child sex trafficking. And these are the things that usually affect, these young ones, and they can be able to get HIV and AIDS. So we are trying to understand their situation. We are trying to help people know that this thing is really actually there, so that they can be able to come and support. That is why we tell people that Shabaha experience is not only a worship experience. It's just not any other worship experience. It's an experience with a cause, praise that heals.
Indeed.
And that is why we are calling everyone that wants to support these children and teenagers who are living with HIV and AIDS, because it's a struggle to them. You know, wewe umezaliwa and unaishi, wewe kazi yako tu, you've been on medication from the first day that you came into this world. So we are calling on different stakeholders to support this mission, because we will be able to bridge that gap in a very big way compared to how we've been doing it initially, and that is why we decided to mainstream this event and also to have a very serious cause under it. Yes, we are calling practitioners and everyone who wants to understand why children living with HIV and AIDS, because it's a struggle. We've seen how they struggle. We've seen how, you know, going to talk to someone and they're just crying all the time, and it's really a struggle, and we are calling that people can be able to support this initiative and noble cause. Yeah.
All right. Did you have the desire or the passion to do this kind of an approach?
Personally, for the start, I didn't, because I'm in media. Okay. But when I saw that there are more things that you can do without being, you know, in the media space. Not only being in the limelight, you can also do other things.
Indeed.
So I told myself, and why? Because I actually value CSR. I value CSR, and there's that empathetic side of me.
Indeed.
That
Empathy.
Yeah, it's very empathetic, because when someone comes and tells me ABCD is happening and I need assistance, I will be like, let me see how I can help. Actually, my friends call me that I'm too generous for life.
Amazing, amazing.
Yes, so this is something that I decided to pursue. Actually, when we first had a very serious engagement with Diana, and I was like, this is something that we can do. This is something, it's a very worthy, noble cause. And of course, everything that is done out of heart usually, you know, brings more than you actually expect.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And so many people are speaking about the Shabaha experience, and the motivation is coming out because you guys are going to touch hearts. And you mentioned something about praise that heals. That was powerful. On the other hand, we now are having the mothers with postpartum. What does that mean?
Postpartum depression is a condition that comes when a mother gives birth to a child. So it's something that can happen to a mother who is expectant few months before having the baby or after. And it can go up to even 2 years. Okay. Yeah, so many women deal with it, and some of them don't even know they're going through that. It's a mental condition that is, so most people don't really understand it.
You don't know it's there, but it's there.
Yeah, so many people don't know that's what they're dealing with, but it's happening. Yeah, and even people who are around us, they really don't know that a woman can go through postpartum depression So when they see you struggling with some things, they wonder what's going on with this one, because having a child is normal. Every other person is having a child out there. Why is that your case is being special? So it's a condition that sometimes can really lead to so many things. A woman, this mother can harm themselves or even the child. It's a very serious condition. Vibaya sana, ama you can just find yourself beating up a small baby who is days old, you know, because you don't really understand what's going on with you. You're overwhelmed, everything is happening, changes of your body, and everyone around you don't really understand what's going on with you, you know. So no, you can't place it. You cannot explain to anyone what's going on with you and they get it. Unless people really get that awareness that postpartum depression exists, then they'll be able to notice that the way this one is behaving, she could be going through this, you know. Yeah, so that's the reason why we thought, why don't we create awareness? Because it's something that happens. There was a time I went through that, and
personally, is it a testimony, personal testimony?
it is.
All right.
And it is. So when it hit me, I told myself, if as old as I am, I wanted a child, and now I have that baby, and I'm going through this, you know, how about someone who didn't even want that child? You know, how about someone who was just raped somewhere? How about a child who is raising a child somewhere, now going through postpartum depression? So when I tried to, sometimes when I tried to put it on social media, it's out there. If you search, you'll get it. So I tried to put it out on social media, and the kind of backlash I got was really overwhelming. People are like, women, you're too much. Now you want people to love you more than your child. You want to do what, you know. So that one also put me down, and I'm like, oh, what do I do after this? But I thank God, some people who were around me, at least they could understand that, hey, she could be going through this. So it helped me. So it's important that we create that awareness so that people know that your wife, your sister, your brother, your mother or someone close to you could be going through postpartum depression after having a child, but they don't know what that is. So we need professionals. I'm not a professional concerning that, but we really need those who can come out and teach people about postpartum depression and just create awareness, because at least someone who is close to you is going through that, if not you.
Wow. So it means that si lazima ukuje ufanye kitu kubwa, unaweza kuja tu ku-advise these parents, or these mothers as well, and also the kids.
Yeah.
They are specialists that wanna deal tu na watoto peke yake.
Yes.
So they're also invited in this event.
Everyone is invited. Anyone who can touch a life, like anyone who can. You see, even these children, the teenagers with HIV, even them, they're going through something.
Indeed.
And I learned that they're even hating their parents. Yeah, that one touched me, because nini wewe ulikuwa unadu, you know. So we learned that the small group that we have in it's in the village somewhere. We learned that these people, these kids, they're teenagers, you know, they're growing, they're learning so much, and they want to really explore and do so much. But now there's this thing that's putting them down, that, you know what, I'm carrying this, you know. So the hate that comes with it, and the pain and the bitterness, and they really treat their parents so bad sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah, so if we can get someone who can just talk to them, and, you know, they are there, but we can also need such people in professional levels, you get? Yeah, who can just talk to them and advise them and show them how to live with this.
Postpartum depression. What is the opposite of that?
The opposite of postpartum depression?
Someone doesn't have postpartum, has what?
You are just a happy person. You're just happy to have your child. Indeed. And things are moving smoothly. You don't have any pressure. You don't feel like you really got into a very big mess. Your mental health is very good, you know. Yeah.
All right. Sasa vile hebu tuambie story ya teenage mothers and, you know, young mothers, that is. When she mentioned something about a mess, do you think history ya teenage mothers inapenigi kama mistake?
First of all, I would not call a child a mistake. Children are blessings. Yeah, any child is a blessing.
So the pregnancy is a mistake? pregnancy?
At that particular point, okay. I'd call it if it was not expected and it was done because even the society has expectations, religion has expectations, God has expectations, and even God, I think God knew that these things were bound to happen, and that is why He gave us.
Bound to happen, kibati mbaya.
I didn't say that God made a mistake, but I'm saying that you know, God is a God of choices. He gives us choices. Okay. And there are teenage mothers who have been raped. There are teenage mothers who indulged in sexual activity when they were very young, and all these things. These are things that are happening in the society, and we usually say that it is not by design that it happened. It is not because it was your will. And we are trying to also assist these young ladies so that they can be able to create a meaning out of their life. You know, when I understand from the discussions I've had with a couple of them, they usually say that after getting that child, everything changes completely. Your dreams, you feel like your dreams have been shattered. You feel like you cannot continue with whatever you wanted to do in terms of professionally. And we are trying to bridge this gap so that you can be able to help them understand that beyond being a teenage mom, you can still pursue your career. You can still do your profession. And that is why we are also introducing this aspect of media, because we have a lot that have been interested in media. Right now, media is taking over the world, and especially social media, content creation. And we are offering training to them.
Amazing.
Telling them that because you can be a very good presenter, why can't you just join us and do ABCD? You can be a very good actor. Come, let us do films. And we are trying to help them so that they can be able to navigate this journey, this specific experience that they have had, so that it cannot drain them and also make them lose focus.
Indeed.
Yeah, so that is why if you know a teenage mom who is really struggling with life, we call them to come to the Shabaha Praise and Worship experience. And that's why we're also saying that every ticket that is bought, it's a ticket bought to help and to change life. So we have a lot of things that we're planning to do with them, trainings, and we actually realized most of them are depressed. They're very depressed because someone is like, right now I have a child who is 1 year, who is 2 years, and the economy has become very, very hard for us. When saying that even getting the diapers for the child is very hard. So we are calling in for donors, partners, sponsors to support these young individuals, because it is not by design that it happened. It is because makosa ilifanyika mahali. Yes.
All right.
And one thing that I really want people to understand, it's not like support girls having children. It's not like we are okay with young girls having children. It's just that we decided to understand those who have children, because their stories are different. There are those who had to go through that because they had to fend for the family.
Indeed.
You're a small girl, you're 12 years, right inside the village, you don't have food, you don't have anything, you want to go to school, you don't have just the basic needs, It's not like it gives you room to go, mess up and stuff like that. But you see some of these girls, some of them, if you get their stories, it will touch your heart, because even the way that some of their parents behave with them, you are a girl, why are you sitting here and waiting for me to provide for you? When a parent tells a child something like that, already sends something into their brains to show them that, you know what, you can go out there and look for that money. How do you look for money as a 13-year-old girl? You don't have any business, you understand? So it's not like we support young girls having children, but we decided to be there for those who already have children and support them, because they go through so much rejection and everything. And the reason why we decided to start giving them something like an income, a permanent income that can help them, and those who want to go back to school also, we were trying to come up with an idea of finding a way of taking them back to school. was just so that they don't go back and start now getting into prostitution officially, because now I have to feed my child, you know. We wanted them to get something, to show them that they can do something better with their life apart from just looking for small money from the boda guys and stuff like that. You understand? Yeah.
Na boda impactful sana in those areas.
Because this thing where we started it, there's a university over there. And trust me, young girls are having babies.
So many young girls.
It's not a joke.
This week, of course, we had two stories that are really traumatizing. Kulikuwa na ile story ilikuwa na trend ya there's a gentleman that alikuwa anajifilm anasema, you see that girl over there, akona amekulwa na siafu. You remember that story? Then sasa nikimsaidia, the society is rotten something. No. And the story on BBC, when we look at these things in the society, and Blair, you've mentioned it positively that we are bridging this gap. Like if I assist someone, it is msini hukumu. I'm just trying to give a hand. And now such Shabaha experience is coming on board to really make sure that we don't do uchafu tuko kwa society. How are we able to shape a clean society, despite the fact there are norms, vitu mbaya zinafanyika, but how are we able to bring an alignment to the heart of the society that this is what is a positive change towards elevating the society to better levels?
Mindset, but we are looking at mindset shift and also behavioral change. I saw that clip and I was like, this guy was actually right in all manners. He was right because because there's a perception that the society has, and for a man akipatikana maybe anamsaidia, maybe kitu imefanyika, and then you know what will people say? What will people say? And this can even lead up to a very serious case in court. But we know that through the different initiatives that we are planning to do in terms of capacity building, awareness creation, and also just inviting professionals and experts to talk to through our platform, that is now the Shabaha Praise and Worship Experience, we'll be able to, you know, at least we'll be able to assist in bridging this gap. And then music is an art that we are also targeting. That is why we have the worship experience part of it, because music is very, music speaks more than even a preacher could do.
Indeed.
Yes, more than even a speaker could do.
Have you prepared some music for the same experience?
Yeah, we have music. Music is coming, very serious music. Yes.
You personally?
No. Yeah, but there are groups that will be performing. Okay. We'll be having a theme song for the same, and a lot of things. So I'm saying that music, we're going to use music also as an avenue to help, you know, just share this information and bridge this gap, and also inform people on these different things that we are planning to roll out. Yeah. So I'm also, this is just a wake-up call to all of us that let us not stigmatize people who wants to make change in the society. For example, in a scenario of that man, he wanted to assist that, he really wanted to assist that girl, but sasa akasema nikisaidia huyu, maybe he has past experience, or maybe one of his friends kuna kitu ilimfanyikia, and that is why we are calling on all people, all in our society communities. Let us work together to ensure that, you know, we just put an end to these stigma and also to these profiling individuals.
All right.
Yes, yes.
Sawa. As we get to the betterment of making sure that we have an alignment in the society, na kila mtu anafikiria vizuri, I believe the Shabaha experience will such be a great session and a moment to really embrace this in the best way possible. So we want to take a break. But before we do that, I believe we'll be having, you guys will now enrich this space with the theme song at Shabaha Experience. You know, so you know how to sing. Perfect. We'll have that in the next few minutes, right? All right. So this is Accountable Mission. Of course, we are hosting Blair and Dan right here to just give us an insight on the Shabaha experience, a motivation that is such of a kind. It's the first experience, but we are hoping that the betterment will be enriched in the best way possible. So don't go too far. You're watching The Morning Drift. All right, welcome back. Thank you so much. You were watching The Morning Drift right here on the headquarters Look Up Television. And of course, we are just embracing Accountable Mission. And of course, the betterment of this all is the Shabaha experience, praise and worship experience, which is made known by Blair right here and Diana. So even as we embrace to the betterment, there's a point of concern here. Ebudu Kusomeki Dogo, it says that this experience is about breaking barriers, pushing creative limits, and providing that faith-inspired content doesn't have to be boring. It can be bold, captivating, and culture shaping. We've had so much in the limelight. With this statement, help us now make an emphasis towards this. There's someone that is out there, you know, really struggling to understand where atajiweka. Just come in, as I asked Dana earlier, come in just as a guest. Do I come in to get enriched? So please make an emphasis to that.
Yeah, content.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a very powerful step. Content has an ability to go beyond borders.
All right. Just a little bit. With the aspect on all these, of course, there's also the point of understanding that, of course, Look Up Television is also part of the of these such initiatives. But allow me now to just push it to Dan a little bit. When we were embracing the context on mothers, there's the issue on fathers. What will be your take on that? As I'll ask you the question and the emphasis later on a little bit. Then Dana, give me an emphasis now on the fathers. Mm-hmm.
All right. You see, when we create awareness about postpartum depression in women, in mothers, it will also help fathers because they will also be able to understand what happens. Because there's so many marriages actually, break during this moment. Should I continue?
Such happens in these moments, all right. And that line came at a very powerful time. And I believe, of course, even as we embrace this, it is in the betterment of all this. Sarah, Cheza Kama Wewe, of course, even as we embrace this conversation, remember, our WhatsApp number is 0745762640, and let's have the engagement. I think someone needs prayers, right? We'll do that in the better way possible and to have this engagement to its fulfillment. Some people are saying, of course, Edwina is right here. Anasema, ninaona bwana amewakilisha. That was nice. And of course, a big shout out to Edwina for making this happen and to have this conversation. But back to you, Blair. Are you going? Okay.
Still not done.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Now, I was saying, when we create that awareness, it's going to help both parties. Even the fathers sometimes go through so much when the child comes, and this causes so much tension in a marriage, and so many marriages break at this point. Yeah, so when we create that awareness, it's not only for the women, but the men will understand that at this point, I need to treat this woman in a different way, or I need to look for professional help so that everything gets better. So it's not only for women, but also men will be able to understand what's going on. Yeah.
All right. Sawa. So lazima collaborate pia.
Exactly.
See issue to za mothers only, fathers are also involved.
Fathers are involved, and there's something we're coming up with next year.
Amazing.
That is only touching on fathers. Yeah.
Okay. I'm a father, so I can't wait to get to that event. I'm hoping for the best. Sure. Now, the emphasis on this, breaking barriers, so much in the limelight. What will be your emphasis on the same if someone now is coming in?
Yeah, I'd say earlier that content, someone said that content is king, and actually I usually agree with that statement because content is able to, cross borders. You can do a video here, but someone who is in the United States of America can be able to see it. Someone can be in the US and they do a content and you'll be able to look at it. So you're trying to, create a community of creatives, a community of content creators, a community of people in the media and the film space, so that they can feel safe. Shabaha is trying to ensure that you feel safe from the point of professionally where you are working, in church, and also generally in where you live. And we want to do, someone say that how can faith-inspired content be fun? Let me actually tell you that faith-inspired content is more fun, because this is something that resonates with you directly. I've seen a couple of videos that have been done online by different content creators, faith content creators. We have, especially I'd say in the Adventist space, we have a couple of them that are known. We have like the Mangis, we have PK the brand, we have Julie, we have, and these people are the people that talk about these issues, and also they do a lot of fun and engaging content. And we say that music is a tool that we're going to use, and everyone listens to music. People love music. We all do love music. And also there's a quote that says, without music, the world would be a mistake.
Indeed.
Yes, so we are trying to ensure that the faith-inspired content is actually fun, engaging, and also, accommodating everyone. Yes. And talking about that content that you had talked about, that was done by imitating Dr. Uwur, I'd say I watched the video and I was like, okay, this is
not faith inspired.
This is not faith inspired. Because you remember we have accounts in the Bible. Was it Elisha or Elijah that they tried to mock him, and then they were met with the wrath of God. I'd say.
But the issue came, and he said that the world is ending on the 2nd of August.
He's a very controversial. He's a very controversial man, and also I'd say I've seen what he does. But I'll also say that this is someone he's an old person. There's that aspect of respect. There's also that aspect of he's also, in terms of professionally, this man is very learned.
Indeed.
He's very learned. So sometimes, and actually I think he also, I'm not defending him in any way, but I'm saying the church also made a statement saying that all those things were baseless claims, that the world is ending on 2nd of August. Nasikia people are making fun of it. Wengine wanasema mara sijui tarumbeta iliibiwa, mara sijui. People are making fun of it ati ni kama sisi tulibaki, and I was like, the Bible makes it clear and explain it when the world will be coming to an end and the things that will be happening, and we can clearly say that prophecies are being fulfilled, and this is one of them. People will come in the name of, the world is coming to an end,
Indeed.
false prophets and all those other things. I have not mentioned a name, but I'm saying that these are things that have been mentioned in the Bible. If you read the Bible, you'll be able to understand all these things. So let us be aware. And that is why we have the Shabaha experience, trying to explain to people that you need to be aware, you need to understand what is happening, so that you can be able to create content that is meaningful, content that is engaging, and content that is inspiring generations, not only a specific type of generations. If you're a Gen Z, don't only do content for Gen Zs, content that spans across all the generations, and that is why we have the Shabaha praise and worship experience. Amazing. And it is going to really bridge this gap. Yes.
Wow, a big gap indeed. A big gap indeed. We also have the reflection on the online doesn't forget, and the entire time we'll be looking at the videos you did when you were a Gen Z.
Yes.
And we just, I love saying you were a preacher. We just hold our heads and say, what is happening? Then, so
something on that note.
All right.
Yeah. Because I've been a film producer for some time, and I've been an actress by there for some time also.
Wow, impressive.
Some of the reasons why we came up with this idea of this content creation and filming and doing faith-based movies is because I understand so many people who know God and they just want to reflect God.
Indeed.
They have really hard time trying to explain to someone that there are sins I cannot just do. You understand? There are roles I cannot just take. as an actress or an actor. So when you go out there and then they look at you and they be like, you are doing this role, and you're like, if it has this and this, I'm not doing that. You will be judged, you'll be, you know, your name will go around that so-and-so is not fit for this, you understand? So we wanted to create a very safe space where you can come and say, this is, you don't even have to come and say, because we will be doing roles that are making sense for you, that are in line with your faith.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Hakuna story ya pesa hapo Blair. Bora pesa inakuja wewe bwana, leta roll.
And a personal account, I've personally turned down a couple of jobs and a couple of offers that didn't sit well with my principles. Someone is telling you, want you to, you know, take a certain role, but this is what is demanded of you. We are giving you a job, and but we expect you to, you know, work from Monday to Monday, and if it's on weekends, you only work half day, and we are like, I'm like, hey, will I really cope up with this? Because, you know, being raised in a background that in an Adventist setting with a religious mother, typical religious African mom.
Indeed.
So there are things that you later come to realize that she was actually helping me, because if I do them, actually personally I don't know how I'll feel, because I'll feel like I've really gone beyond what is expected of me. And someone said that when you do things right, when you take care of God's business, God will take care of your business. And life is very spiritual. And I also learned this from my mentor. There's a day he said that he actually left his job. He left a well-paying job. He was working with the government. He left. He was working. He had a lot of gigs, very paid gigs, up to millions of money, and he left all of them.
Wow.
Because I'm not saying that people should leave money. You know, someone will go and quote me, I'll say, Bilal, someone to watch a pesa. But it comes to understanding yourself. You see, if you do things that align well with your mission or with your vision and your principles, there's always a reward. You know, you leave something and then you get something better. You know, and that is actually what has happened with me.
Indeed.
Anytime I have turned down an offer that never sat well with my principles, I always get a better option. And I'd say this is why I say life is very spiritual. Sometimes people forget this. They just do because they are saying, like, I'm so broke right now, I don't have money, let me just take it, let me just do it. That is why they don't understand. And that's why we are going to bridge this gap and help people understand that there are certain things that people can't do. There are certain roles that people can't take, especially if you are now in the film space. When I'm do a certain role and you're like, you don't sit well with it, and people are like, jamaa sasa anataka kutuwestia time mama. He is too holy or she's too holy. But people don't really understand why you are doing it, unaona? And that is why we want to assist these people, because we have experiences. And we are trying also to ensure that those who are coming even after us and those who are doing it right now, they can be able to feel safe when they're doing these kind of things.
Right.
Yes.
It's really inspiring. That also there's the aspect on Mimi vile umesema that I've really struggled to balance church and my other endeavors, and an opportunity is coming. It's coming either on that Sabbath or on a Sunday, and you want now to siwezi wacha. And of course, there's the aspect here. God will understand that this is an opportunity that I've been waiting for a longer time. You're a film producer and coming in to shape a particular culture. That a job may come, twende tupige, sindio? So it means that next time, God nitakuserve, nitakuja kwa church. Alafu tunaona there's a celebration in the camps that are coming in, because this one is giving me a good price. Ile geti ya church yetu iko na shida, so I'll give a price to that. Si still God nimekuserve. So how will you help us understand this perspective? Because we're now in the film space and in the media space, and there are so many content creators out there, producers as Blair as well, to really make sure that these principles will really stand. Hata ikiwe pesa ngapi, I'll have just to maintain.
Well, better now will be your personal choice.
Okay.
Just like Blair said a while ago, God give people choices.
All right.
And you will decide to choose what you want. Yeah, because if there's an opportunity for you to choose money over God, over your principles, you sell your principles because of money, now that's your choice again. So as we want to come in as, we want to give you an opportunity to be able to say, if I'm someone who want to serve God and I want to do things that are in line with my faith, there's an opportunity over here. And if I want more and I want to just ignore that, you know, so many people are saying, there's no opportunity, there's no opportunity. You're right, you understand? So if you've been saying there's no opportunity and then that opportunity comes and then you still ignore because you want to run for what, I mean, the other ones that you've always been getting, then again, that's your choice.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, you cannot force someone to choose something. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe if I can give a personal experience, there's a time I received an offer, a job. It was a 5 years contract.
Wow.
The money was... Sasa bado ningekuwa naipiga. I took the offer. I took the job. It was very good money, you know, doing certain projects, very few projects, and at the end of the month you are plugging in very good money. So there's the first project that we did. I told them, actually the first project I was like, me, I don't work on weekends. Monday to Friday is my working time. And then I agreed. They agreed, we did, and they are like, what if we have a very critical job? I was like, we'll discuss that when that time comes. So I didn't know that it will come so soon. So the next job came the second week. It was very intensive. And I remember the worst thing that I did was that I left church to go and do that job. And trust you me, I did a very pathetic job. I did a very pathetic job. And I did a pathetic job, and we had a lot of back and forth. And the contract, we called off the contract, just like that. And I was like, if I had stood with what I had said earlier, I would have told these people that this is very, but you could have just told the client to push mbele. So me, I just left. Actually, I think I left church early so that I can go and finish on this job. And these are accounts that I usually look back and say that these are things that these are mistakes that I'll never want to do again, just to compromise my principles or to compromise something so that I can get, I can make money, you know, you see. Because the way I said earlier, life is very spiritual. If something was meant to happen, if you were meant to, you know, bag in some type of gig, and you think at that point now you've refused job A, B, C, D because of they do not sit well with you, you think you'll not get that job or you'll not get that money. Definitely, life usually, you know, it finds a way of bringing you back where you're supposed to be.
The same thing happened to me when I was working with Vashita sometimes back. I kept saying, I was in almost 3 different productions at that time. So the pressure of going to church, and the day I'm supposed to go to church, you can't even negotiate with anyone, you know. So at some point, and then this issue of people don't get jobs, these roles because they merit for it, but they get because so-and-so knows you, so-and-so, you know, maybe so-and-so is having an affair with you and stuff like that. So at some point I sat down and said, I'm starting my own production. From nowhere, I was just like, I have no money, but I want to start my own production so that I help people who think like me.
Indeed, with particular principles.
Yes, people who think that I can get this job because I deserve it.
Indeed.
Not I can get this job because so-and-so is going to, I'm going to pay for it in kind or something like that. You understand? So at some point I was like, I'm starting my own production, and then I actually never renewed my contract with Vashita. I started something on my own. But as soon as it was not going well, I took another contract somewhere, you know, and it compelled me to again keep going to work every other Sabbath day and everything. And before I knew it, the contract did not go so well, and I lost over 300,000 there. And since then, I've never taken another contract again. So I've been just doing my own productions. And God has been faithful. I can't say, sometimes it's good to listen to God.
But I'm still
So if we come up with this idea of doing something that is faith-based, it's not only going to be for 7th days, because I know people who are non-Adventists who really stick to their morals.
Amazing.
Like, for example, we are working with the Guardian Angel in this Shabaha praise and worship. When I approached him for the first time, when I was still, when it was a film time, when I approached him, he was like, oh, you want me to take a role in your production? And he was like, okay, but make sure you give me these kind of roles. You know, that made me happy, and I was like, someone is sticking to what they believe in and is not shying off from telling you that I cannot do this, I cannot do that, I cannot do that. And you're not supposed to judge that kind of a person, you understand? You know, so that one really motivated me, and I'm like, it's not only going to help the 7th days who want to go to church and stuff like that on Saturdays, but also these non-Adventists who really believe in their faith, and they believe there are things you cannot, there are boundaries you cannot cross in the name of looking for money.
But Sunday sounds fitty, due in the first service. Like you have the entire day.
When it comes to now morals and stuff like that, yeah, that's what I mean.
All right, now talk to us about Blair. Of course, there is your ticket doesn't just give you access to an experience; it fuels hope, healing, and impact.
Yes. People asking us, why are you guys pricing your tickets so high? I was like, this is actually the least we could do, because we are offering food. You know, chakula ni kitu ya maana sana. Yes, we're offering a very well-prepared buffet for all the participants that will have bought tickets by then. And then also we have that is 1,000 for this is early bird access. I also have 1,500 for general admission. This will be those people will be coming, and you'll get a food and drinks. And we have VIP, which goes for 3,000 Kenyan shillings. You'll get a merchandise that talks about Shabaha, very creative merchandise. Release them starting from next. These merchandise speaks to our mission. They're not just regular merchandise. They're merchandise that's Shabaha.
Indeed.
And also, these people will also get a highlight on our website. The attendees and all. We also have a VIP that goes for 6,000. And 6,000 it means that you need to get a very package that has merchandise in it. But now it's better than the VIP one.
All right.
You have the ultimate ticket. You're going to get a meet and greet with the dignitaries that will be coming for the event. So these tickets are meant to well our pockets.
Okay.
Well our pockets. Because actually majority of these things are done. And we are doing these tickets are going to fund hope. They're going to assist these mothers, teen moms. They're going to assist children living with HIV and AIDS. They're going to prepare, facilitation fees for mothers who are battling with postpartum depression. Yes, and that is why we are asking everyone. Yes, and everyone. We are officially inviting everyone in the Lookup TV.
Amazing. All right. All right. So we are finalizing the conversation. Blair's mentioned quite a lot about the tickets. As we come to a close, there is Advent Connect, and of course Mana Music Ministers, and powered by ANK. Even as you give us your insight on this ticketing, how are we able to also get, how to get the tickets, and what is there in stock?
Let Blair explain that.
All right. So Blair, unfortunately, I'll have to read them. I just have to read them for the betterment. Of course, you are in the film ministry, you understand what I'm saying, and because we are in the social environment, there's no need to hide things, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Blair, for coming. Thank you so much, Diana, for coming. We're hoping for the betterment in this Shabaha experience. How marvelous it will be to impact these lives from the younger people to the older people, it will be massive, and I'm really hoping for the best. We good? All right. So Diana, please give some shout out, of course, that you can manage, right?
I give shout outs to Dwayne for bringing us here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa sawa. Thank you so much. All right. See, wait. Sawa sawa. So in the meantime, now unleashing purpose, igniting creativity and worshipping in truth. Early bird 1,000, 1,500 regular, 3,000 VIP, 6,000 VVIP, and 650 for kids. See you there at Shabaha Experience, Praise and Worship Experience. When we had time, I think tuimbia lakini. Tuko sawa, mbele iko sawa, Shabaha Experience coming on your way, and that is where we come to a close to the Morning Drift, the Social and Health Hour, accountable mission. Let it be accountable and let it be known. See you tomorrow as we embrace Entertainment Friday, courtesy of Artistic Friday, that we marvel to the betterment of all this engagement. This is Look Up Television. Our WhatsApp number is 0745762640, and of course we'll get tagged along the channels are social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and of course our website www.lookuptv.co.ke. See you tomorrow.